Hi, today we will be unboxing the Cloud and Barret Play Art version 2. These were picked up from AmiAmi Japan e-store. To ship to Australia, they use DHL, cost arm and leg, but then it arrived in 3 business days. When you receive them, you normally get a postcard. This is the November 2020 card. It's really nice artwork. Here's the one I got in October for the Final Fantasy 9. It's a nice gift that comes with the order. Let's move that to the side. And see, this was the box for the area statuette. It's significantly bigger. As well as the trading arts and the polygon figures. It looks huge next to these two. They've all been made by Square Enix store, BTS. Before we unbox, let's have a quick look at the box. So on the front, we have a nice detail of the actual figure. On the side, have the logo and the Play Art card logo. On the back, I really like how it shows the figure in different poses from the game. And it's pretty cool too. It actually lifts up and it shows the figure inside. It's pretty cool. And actually has a magnet on this side that clips in place. So if you want to display in box, it looks great. Quick on Barret, the same for Barret as well. Got the nice figure, photography, logo, poses, and also down here is the inside. As well, it does have description of the story and their weapon, which is a really nice addition. But sometimes I have to go on Google and figure out what weapon that came with the figure. Let's unbox Cloud first. Looks like the instruction here. Two levels, the counter and the base. Alright, here we have Cloud, 3 pairs of hand configuration, his massive Buster Sword, and then the really slick looking black stand. Alright, let's take Cloud out. Alright, let's have a look at Cloud. It's actually quite a hefty piece. When they use the game model for the face, it looks pretty accurate. I feel like the hair finish looks a bit plasticky, almost like pasta. It's got the shape of the cheekbone hair, which is great. Yeah, just the chest texture doesn't look great. The eyes look great. The eye look pretty spot on with the light blue marker eyes and the fine details on it, as well as the coloring of the lips. You see the head sculpt looks a lot more like the one from the game, and he's wearing the colors a lot more darker. Love the little cracks appearing on his side shoulder pads, as well as his bandage and armband. You got his first class shoulder bangle, his belts, then his pants. I have to capture the bagginess of it, and then the details on his shoe. And looks like there's an extra joint on his heel as well for bending. That's attention to detail, hey. And on the side, see all the muscles. The joints are doesn't stand out too much. And the back, we capture his cheekbone hair, the straps on his back, the little details. For his only one color, his pants pockets, it's nice details. You really see the joints in his legs, but I guess he won't be spending too much time looking at this side of his legs. And then most of the silver stripes. Let's look at the Buster Sword. This thing is huge. They really captured how big this weapon is. I do like how there's addition to the material slots. Would have been cool if they came with some materials to slot in. I'm not sure about the reddish finish here. It does look kind of intentional. And this, I'm really liking the very bustedness of the Buster Sword, of the stripes here. That's definitely well used. Little details on the sword and handle, and the details of the sword, and more scraps here. But yeah, it's not too heavy. Not as heavy as Cloud. Here are the 3 extra pair of hands. This one looks more stationary, or maybe we use it for the bike. These Looks like they could be used for the sword as well. Nice set for the swords. Here we have an accessory to attach the Buster Sword to Cloud. And then we got the stand part, the arm that holds everything, and 2 different size claws to grip the figure. Next, let's have a quick look at the movement of the figure. So with the head, all the way to left and right, as well as down, not much there, and a little bit up to her arms, then into right angle. Must be a clicking noise. Interesting. Really holds that pose. Arm can go up to a T-shape. There's definitely a lot of joints that hold it in place for the different poses. This is a bit tricky to move it up. There we go. It's a bit harder than it needed to be, I think. But this one is a bit restricted with the shoulder pad. Torso twisted around. Also has that feels like there's something inside that holds it in place. But yeah, you can twist quite a fair bit. And legs, just need to move them out. You hear the clicking. Move the leg forward, bend. Wow, it's definitely has a fine articulation. You know, do a bit of dancing. As well as the feet, bend. There's some twist in it, and then there's a joint in the heel where you can actually bend it for the action pose, which is pretty nice touch. But yeah, quite a variety of movement to recreate some of his poses from the game. Alright, let's attach the Buster Sword onto Cloud. So we just need to take out the plug, and then we'll place it this one. So on the back of the plug, we have a similar looking one here. This is the side that goes into the back of Cloud. I'm finding it easier to put this onto the Buster Sword first, and we want the blade on Cloud's right side. So this end then go into here, into the second material slot, and then this goes into there, goes onto the back. Set up the stand, so the small end goes into there, with this part facing outwards. The base, put this with this facing inwards. The light they made this black instead of the transparent white of the 5x9 print art series. Makes it look very slick. Put the claw on, and then put Cloud on. Alright, let's unbox Barret next. Read the instructions and the warning. To Stand and Barret. Alright, looks like we have here Barret with his extra left hands, as well as his extra head sculpture, his sun ears, and then got the stand. Alright, let's check Barret out first. He is huge. And then there's a little plastic here as well to protect it during shipping. Check it out. Very little details. Love that he have his sunnies on. The detail in the jacket really looks like leather, all the little pockets and zippers. Looking great, as well as you can peel it back. You see his bangle belts and bundles. I love the little details on his pouches, I guess, and as well as additional wrapping and zippers and the buckle around his leg as well. I have captured a tattoo of his arms, and then more straps and buckles. I love how they all look really worn. And it looks like there's something that you can't quite make out. This little weapon, it does look like it has a materials locked in. The scope on this gun, this is stun weapon, the Gatling gun, ammo. Just love the detail they captured on there, as well as the barrels. There's a bit of a slight off finish that they've been well used, but yeah, you can definitely see the power in Barret in his muscles. I do like how in the remake design that he has a cloth around his arm in order to attach it. And back jacket, like the wrinkle and the well usedness, the well wornness of his jacket, the back of the cloth, and more of the belts and buckles on this side as well. Once again, you can quite see a lot of the back joint, but then and then you don't really look at this side that much. And then you got the details, the grooves, and the soles on the shoes, the details there, how it's really well worn. I like the head finish on the hair. I think this hair looks quite nice with his trim on the back. Great details on the face, his scar, his mouth. It looks pretty much spot on for the game. As well as his dog tags. Here he has his other head. We can actually have the glasses. His sun is separate. This is a new addition to the version 2. The hair does look a bit more of a dark brown than a black, whereas eyes are a light brown finish. And you can see a wing on his ear as well. With 2 additional hands. One's just a open hand gesture, neutral hand. But this is similar to the one that comes with the body, but has more open hand, which can hold his sunnies. And then we have the same slick black base for different arms and claw parts, 2 different sizes. The series of movement, so his arm to bend, was there similar to Cloud, he has a clicking noise when he moves. Arm to twist around. This part can't. Head to move. So his neck part moves as well. Some minor movement with torso. Bend outwards, do the T shape. Some bend. That's the only moving part on the gun, it's just a barrel. It doesn't really turn 360, so it does a bit of a 45-degree angle. Legs, bend forward, bend all the way back. Once again, that's that clicking mechanism, as well as the feet. Has a joint as well, allowing him to bend it during poses. Bent, unbent. Back. But yeah, there's enough movement to do some pretty cool poses with them, but not dynamic action poses. So Cloud, Strife and Barret Wallace are actually the first 2 characters you play in the Final Fantasy VII Remake game. So one being a attacker, and Barret is the ranged character, and they both play real differently. So I think it's cool that these 2 are available as figures. Here's a quick comparison to the Final Fantasy IX print arts. As you can see, this is the white transparent base for these figures, where the Final Fantasy VII Remake one comes with a black one, which makes it look really slick. But yeah, the scale on this is so different, small Xenon looks compared to Cloud in here. Here you also have the trading arts version, which are about 4 inches or 10 centimeters, about half the size. But these look so tiny next to them. And also these come in mystery boxes. So if you're looking for something that's bigger than these might be a good place to start. I'm filming with Cloud. Info, the details on these are really good, as well as quite a number of different hand configuration and different poses you can do. I feel like on what's on offer with the statue version, as well as the one with the Harley, I feel like this may not be the best value for money. So I think this is more a browse for Cloud at the moment. for Barret, there's not many options for him. I will try and get him as the training arts or the poly model, but in terms of high detail ones, this is the one to go for. So I feel like Barret's a buy, especially if you're a huge Barret fan. So if you found this video helpful, and give me a like. This will really help out my video. If you'd like to see a more close-up of the training art figures, you go over here. If you'd like to see more fun fantasy unboxing videos, you can go over here. Otherwise, you can watch my latest video here. Alright, see you next time. Bye.